and today is 18th of November 2020. Today our lesson is going to be in English for Starters for grade 11. It is the power of radio on activity book page 22. Let's begin. The objectives of our lesson are: students will be able to get new information about wind-up radio. Then students will be able to answer some questions about the lesson. Third, complete a list with nouns or verbs. Fourth, discover new meanings of words or words that begins with tele, such as telephone, telescope, etc. And lastly, make compound nouns. These are the aims of my lesson for today. First of all, before beginning the lesson, I want you to answer me some questions. The first one, do you prefer radio or TV more? Do you prefer radio or TV more? Some of you perhaps would prefer TV more because they want to see images and color images. Perhaps they find that TV is more interesting. Perhaps some people like radio more because they like to listen. The second question, what is your favorite program on radio? Do you have a favorite program? Or you just want to listen to songs? And lastly, when do you enjoy listening to the radio? When? In the afternoon, in the morning, or in the evening? When do you enjoy listening to radio? I enjoy listening to radio in the evenings, to listen to some romantic music. Okay. Now let's begin our lesson. It is about the power of radio. I want you to read with me this extract, the first extract of the lesson, and then I will ask you some questions, so please concentrate more. The power of radio in 1981, Trevor Bayliss, who is a British inventor, watched a TV program about the difficulty of getting health information to poor people who lived in remote parts of Africa. After watching the program, Bayliss had a very interesting idea. He decided to try to produce a radio which didn't need batteries or a supply of electricity. 3 years later, Trevor Bayliss produced the world's first wind-up radio after 3 years. Okay, let me ask you some questions. Decide if these statements are true or false, and please correct the false one. The first one, think carefully. Trevor Bayliss made a TV program about poor people in Africa. He made a TV program about poor people in remote parts of Africa. Is this correct? What do you think? No, it is not correct. So this one is false. He watched it. He watched a TV program about poor people in Africa. Not make it. He didn't make a TV program. The second one, the first wind-up radio, the mechanical radio, was made in 1981. The first wind-up radio was made in 1981. This is also false. It was made in 1984. It was made in 1984. Not in 1981. After 3 years. 3 years later, so it is in 1984. The second paragraph, let's read it together again. The radio has a handle, a spring, and a generator. These are three main parts of a wind-up radio. The radio has a handle, a spring, and a generator. To produce electricity or power, users have to turn the handle. This winds up the spring, and as this slowly On wind, it turns a small electrical generator which produces the electricity for the radio. After a 30-second wind up, people can listen to the radio for an hour. This radio works everywhere there are radio signals. Some wind-up radios also have solar panels so that they can use the power of the sun. Some wind-up radios also have solar panels so that they can use the power of the sun. Now, again, decide if these statements are true or false, and correct the false one. First of all, the first sentence. Radio users, the person who wants to use this radio, turn a handle, like the handle of the door, which winds up a spring, which moves a spring. It is correct? Yes, this one is true. The second one. Also think carefully. It takes half a minute to make enough electricity to listen to the radio for 60 minutes. It takes half a minute. Half a minute, it means 30 seconds. To listen to the radio for 60 minutes, and 60 minutes here, it is an hour. So this one is true. Also, this one is true. According to the paragraph we have read, yes, it's correct. The third one, some radios have solar panels instead of a handle and a spring. So there is no handle and a spring, only solar panels instead of a handle and a spring. Is this correct? No, it is false. They have solar panels as well as, and also we have a handle and a spring. So it is in addition to the handle and the spring, we have solar panels. The third paragraph, read it carefully. Trevor Bayliss invented wind-up radios for people in poor parts of the world or of Africa. But people in richer countries also use them. Why? Because they are good for the environment. So, first of all, it was for poor people in parts in Africa, but also people in richer countries use them because they are good for the environment. What do you think? It's good for the environment, sure. Let me ask you this question. I want a full answer. Who uses these radios? Who? Tell me who can benefit from these radios? The wind-up radios that are mechanical. Who can benefit from them? The correct answer, poor people in Africa, and also people in richer countries. They can use it. Okay, now I want you to say if this statement is true or false. People in richer countries use the radios because they are cheap. People in richer countries use the radios because they are cheap. So these people in richer countries will be mean. Is this correct? No. Because they are good for the environment. So false, because they are good for the environment here. The last paragraph, again, read it carefully. It's so easy. Understand it, and then I will ask you some questions. Now some people are wondering if it is possible to produce power for other household machines in the same way. But this would be difficult because things like washing machines like this one or televisions need a lot more power than small radios. Maybe in the future, another inventor will take Trevor Bell's idea a step further. Maybe in the future, it will be, or there will be washing machines like this, and it will be on wind up, mechanical. My question for you, it would be easy to produce wind up washing machines. It would be easy to produce wind up washing machines like this. We can have a handle and we can turn it. Is it easy? The answer, false. It would be difficult. It's not easy. It's uneasy. It would be difficult. Okay. After we have finished reading our lesson, I want from you to complete these lists with nouns or verbs from the article. We have list of nouns and list of verbs. First of all, we have inventor as a noun. The verb from it is invent, discover, invent, for the first time. Information, data, information. The verb is inform, inform. Decision, to make a decision, to have a choice. So it is decide. The verb is decide. Production as a noun. The verb is produce. The verb is produce. Supply, it's still the same as a noun and as a verb. Supply as a noun and as a verb, it is also supply. And the last one, generator. Generator, the verb from it is generate. It is generate. Now, after the lesson, we have new phrases for you. They are beginning with a prefix tili. Tili, it means from a distance. So we have many nouns that begins with tili, like telephone, telephoto lens, telescope, teletext, and teleworking. Let's put them into sentences. To use them into sentences. First of all, to take a photograph of something in the distance, far away from you, what do you need? You need a camera with a telephoto lens. It has zoom, so you can see things in front of you, as if they were in front of you, so closer to you, not far away from you, by using a telephoto lens. A telephoto lens. B, to look at something far away, if you want to look at the sky, at stars in the sky. So you need a telescope. You need a telescope, you can see things from far away from you, like stars. C, to speak to someone in another place. You are at your home and you want to speak with your friend in another place. You need a telephone. You need a telephone. D, if you do your job at home, and communicate with your office by computer or a phone. So this is an example of teleworking. You are at your home, you do your job at home, and communicate with other people or your office by computer or phone. So this is an example of teleworking. The last one, to read written information on a TV screen. If you have a TV screen and you want to read the written information on it, you need to turn on a teletext. It is a teletext, perhaps up the screen or down the screen. You can see written information. Now, lastly, we have compound nouns. What's the meaning of compound nouns? We mean that it is a noun that is made with two or more words. It is a noun that is made with two or more words. A compound noun is usually noun plus noun or adjective plus noun. Perhaps it is noun plus noun or adjective plus noun, and we have another meaning, a different meaning when we use these two words together. Let's see some examples. First of all, we have film plus industry. Film plus industry, it becomes film industry. Film industry, to make films. This example also, we have video plus recorder. Video plus recorder. So it becomes video recorder. This machine, we call it video recorder to record some programs that we can't watch them in the right time when they are on TV because we are absent outside our home, etc. Also another example, news plus program. News plus program, it becomes a news program. It becomes a news program. Another one, portable plus radio. Portable plus radio, it becomes portable radio. It becomes portable radio. Short plus distances. Short plus distances, it becomes short distances. And the last one, radio plus signals. Radio plus signals, it becomes radio signals. Now I want from you to answer the question with a compound noun from the list. This is the list. But you don't have to use all the words. Perhaps 4 is enough. We have color television, news program, portable radio, radio signal, short distances, and video recorder. Let's begin the first one. You are going to the beach. You are going to the beach, to the sea, and you want to listen to an important news broadcast. What could you take with you? What could you take with you? You can take, of course, portable radio. You can take portable radio. B, there is a TV program you want to watch. There is a TV program you want to watch. But you have to go out. You are not at home. What could you use to record this program? You need video recorder. Excellent. You need video recorder to record this program, and then when you come back home, you can watch it. C, the first TV programs were all in black and white. What did people have to buy to watch programs that were not in black and white? They were in color, in colors. We need color television. We need color television to see programs that are in colors, not in black or white. The last one, D, you want to find out what is happening in your country. You want to find out what is happening in your country and the world. What do you have to watch on TV? What do you have to know about the world, the state of the world, and about your country? You need to listen to or to watch news program. You need to watch news program. This is the end of my lesson. I hope you have understood it.